pack it all in there because I'm always so excited about what I think I'm always just trying to get out that word that the stereotype of the rural person in general, or Appalachia maybe a part of that, um, is just really not true. And even less so now, I think. In the past, people saw the photographs of when big coal pulled out, and they left, I say this, they left an entire generation to die. They literally did. And then, of course, uh, Johnson came in, Lyndon Johnson came in as president and started the war on poverty and brought in all the trailers and the food stamps and no job training, no education opportunities. They just kept people alive, but just robbed them of just about every bit of hope. But they survived. They survived. But those are the photographs people still are seeing. When people want to do a story on Appalachia, they pull up those old photographs from the 50s. Or worse yet, when the reporters come in their fancy cars, or they Learjet in, or they helicopter in for a day or two, they seek out the most stereotypical person they can find, and that's who they photograph. You know, they don't go in search of the real story. They go in search of the same old story. Yeah. And I think that's what so many of us are trying to do, is to say, if you're going to cover Appalachia, you got to come and sit for a spell. You can't figure us out in 2 or 3 days. And you just, one story is not going to tell the story of Appalachia. It just never, ever will. I think that's why some of our novelists, a couple in particular, have gotten so much heat, is because they tried to say, this is the story. Here's this bootstrap myth I'm going to give you. And this is why I did so good and nobody else can do it. Because I know how to do it and nobody else does. If they'd follow me, they'd be okay. And that's kind of why there's been trouble. But I urge folks to look beyond and do some research, because there's some amazing work coming out of Appalachia and rural America. And when I say rural America, I'm talking in Athens County, there's several housing projects. So we're not all farmers. There are kids who are growing up in the projects who are Appalachian, and they have stories to tell as well. And these are not the stereotypical stories that people think of with Appalachians. And so it's fascinating. It's really amazing and wonderful. And I really urge people to get outside of their own heads and check it out.